I'm so sorry I can't join you at the Tokyo International Education Festival this year. Your agenda around learning for life is so important. And Tokyo is just a great venue to advance that agenda. These days, digitalization is connecting people and continents to bring together much of the world's population, and it has vastly increased our individual and collective potential. But the same forces have also made the world more volatile, more complex, and more uncertain. The rolling processes of automation and hollowing out of jobs have radically altered the nature of work and life. For those with the right knowledge and skills, that's been liberating and exciting. But for those who are insufficiently prepared, it often means vulnerable and insecure work and life without prospects. Tomorrow's workers are probably going to work in very small organizations, using digital platforms to create new products and services. And future jobs are likely to pair computer intelligence with the creative, the social, and the emotional skills of humans. It'll be then precisely our capacity for innovation, our awareness, and our sense of responsibility that will equip us to harness machines to shape the world for the better. And the dilemma for educators is that routine cognitive skills, the skills that are easiest to teach and easiest to test, are exactly the skills that are also easiest to digitize, to automate, to outsource. You know, when we could still assume that what we learn in school is going to last for our life, teaching content knowledge and routine cognitive skills was rightly at the center of education. But today, while we can access everything on Google, the focus must shift to enabling people to become lifelong and life-wide learners. Learners now need to be prepared for more rapid change than ever before, to learn for jobs that have not been created, and to tackle social challenges that we just can't imagine, and also to use technologies that have not yet been invented. And we need to learn for an interconnected world in which people understand and appreciate different perspectives, different worldviews, people who interact successfully and respectfully with others, and take responsible action towards sustainability and also collective well-being. Lifelong learning is about constantly learning, constantly unlearning, and relearning when the context changes. And it means continuous processes of reflection, of anticipation, of action. We need reflective practice to take a critical stance when deciding, choosing, and acting, stepping back from what is known or assumed and take different perspectives. Anticipation mobilizes cognitive skills such as analytical or critical thinking to foresee what may be needed in the future, or how actions taken today might have consequences for the future. And both reflective practice and anticipation contribute to the willingness to take responsible actions, in the belief that it's within the power of all of us to shape and change the course of events. Creating new value as a transformative competency will bring together the processes of creating, of making, and of bringing into being. And it will look for outcomes that are innovative, fresh, original, outcomes that contribute something of intrinsic positive worth. It's going to involve entrepreneurialism in the broader sense of being ready to venture. And more than that, at work, at home, and in the community, people will need a deep understanding of how other people live in different cultures, in different traditions, and how others think. These days, we no longer know how things are going to unfold. Often we are surprised and need to learn from the extraordinary. And sometimes we make mistakes along the way. And it'll be often the mistakes and failures, when properly understood, that create the context for lifelong learning and growth. by strengthening cognitive, emotional, and social resilience. Education can help people, organizations, and systems to persist, even thrive amid all these unforeseeable disruptions. And collectively, it can provide communities and institutions with the flexibility, the intelligence, and the responsiveness they need to thrive in social and economic change. The growing complexity of modern living also means that the solutions to our problems will be complex. In a structurally imbalanced world, the imperative of reconciling diverse perspectives and interests will require people to become good in handling tensions, dilemmas, and trade-offs. Striking the balance between competing demands of equity and freedom, of autonomy and community, of innovation and continuity, and of efficiency and democratic process. It's going to rarely lead to an either-or choice or even a single solution. People will need to think in a more integrated way that avoids premature conclusions and attends to the interconnections between all those things, dealing with novelty, change, diversity, and ambiguity, assumes that people can think for themselves and work with others. Equally, creativity and problem-solving require the capacity to consider the future consequences of one's actions, to evaluate risk and reward, and to accept accountability for the products of one's work. That suggests a sense of responsibility and moral and intellectual maturity with which a person can reflect and evaluate their actions in the light of their experiences and their personal and societal goals, what they have been taught and told, and what's right or wrong. That is what learning for life is all about. Of course, all that's easy to say, but really hard to do. But finding answers to those challenges is exactly what the Tokyo International Education Festival is all about. And I really look forward to learn about your outcomes.